This year we celebrate, or perhaps more appropriately, commiserate, a decade of Sadiq Khan's tenure as London Mayor, and in this decade, in the most prosperous city in Europe, Sadiq Khan has overseen not just stalling but consistently falling rates of private construction starts. Recent figures from Morion show that London began building just 3,248 new homes in the first 9 months of 2025, leaving it on track to start building fewer than 5,000 in 2025 in total. Incredibly, Mr. Speaker, the government's response has been to cut their floundering mayor's housing targets by 11%, but skyrocket targets in outer London authorities, which is where the vast majority of Greenbelt land is. This includes an increase of almost 400% compared to previously approved London plan targets in my own local council area of Bromley. Can the Secretary of State please explain why people living in places like Bromley and our local Greenbelt must pay the price for Sadiq Khan's decade of failure and uselessness?
Secretary of State.
Of course, it's not the Mayor of London who can change planning legislation, it's government. And despite knowing the problems that it caused, the previous government did nothing for 14 years. It's taken us to do it, and we've done it in barely a year and a half in power. Now, he mentions Bromley. I've got Bromley's figures in front of me. They managed just 70 housing starts last year, just 70.
What the Secretary of State didn't say, of course, Mr. Speaker, is that no, local boroughs are not in charge of building out planning consents. And what he didn't acknowledge is that local boroughs in London are subject to the London Plan. Now, the Secretary of State claims that he's working with the Mayor of London, who writes the London Plan, to build more homes, but unlike him, the facts don't heed the Mayor's spin. According to Morion, there were just 3,950 new homes sold in London in the first half of 2025. The Secretary of State has said last year that his own job should be on the line if he fails to meet his housing targets. So why doesn't he practice what he preaches and tell sorry Sadiq to pack his bags over his decade of failure?